That's what we're looking for. Too bad I don't work with a script. I'd go back and do that over. Come on, stumble bomb. Into the woods with you. It's time to get out into the woods. It's been a heck of a week, culminating in my car breaking down 58 miles from home yesterday morning at 6:40. I survived, don't worry. So I've had it with people and work and stuff. It's time to get out into the woods. And as Robert Frost said, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I love seeing those. Road closed. Hell yeah! Trying to figure out which way I need to go next. I'm not lost, but I've gone to all the trouble to get up here, and there's nowhere to go but down. into this gorge, which means I'd have to climb back up again. That doesn't make any sense. Why didn't I just stay up on the ridge? I guess I, dumb hiker. Quick note, if you're hammock camping, that's a tree to avoid. I just can't get away from them, can I? I suppose this kind of makes sense from the Forest Service or DNR's point of view. You walk back here, and I guess the intent, I said tent. The intent is that you would tent camp on some of this stuff you see behind me. Nice and flat. I suppose it looks inviting if you want to sleep on the ground like a beast, with armadillos running around. But those of us who hammock camp are going to keep going. See the water over my shoulder? That's the lake. I'm going to go down there. Something that really irritates me, stuff like this. Nice purified water. Yeah, I found it just lying on the ground. It would be nice, you slob, if you carried your trash out with you. You could expletive deleted. Come on, folks, pick up your darn trash and carry it back out. It's a water bottle. You could reuse this. Good grief. It's a lake behind me, right over my shoulder. Yeah, Kent, Christine, you guys would sure like it here. I miss you, wish you were here. I'm going to get closer and camp as close to the water as I can reasonably get, because I got my hammock with me. Hammock camping. Yeah. Alright, lots of people have asked me about my cook kit. Okay, not lots of people, a few people. One or two people. Well, actually nobody's ever asked me about it at all. But I went to the Brian Williams School of Journalism, so I figured it's okay to say things like that. So let's talk about the cook kit. Piece of a bandana. This was a whole bandana until the last camping trip I went on. I was using it as a pot holder and burned a hole in it. So now it's a part of a bandana. I'm still going to use it as a pot holder. This, another homemade, I don't know what this is. I think it's a coffee cup. Holds about 6.5, maybe 7 ounces, so I'm going to drink coffee from it in the morning. Not going to use it tonight. It is holding a Bic lighter. This is what I should have been using as a pot grabber. Works pretty good. Hens! 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 One of my mini alcohol stoves, made from a Budweiser bottle. See the little grooves down in the side? Groovy, man, groovy. And the wonderfully neatly punched holes for the flame to come out. I'll show you how that works later. Some Hawaiian punch for later on. Another lighter, because I always like to have 2 or 3 ways of starting a fire. I've got some matches around there somewhere. This is a windscreen for the alcohol stove. And of course, good old Musa pot. I think I've seen it maybe in another video. I don't remember. This is sort of, what would you call it? Low rent chic amongst hikers. Cheap aluminum, very cheap. I think this one was like $1.69, something like that. Maybe $2, I don't remember. And works great, boils water, leaches aluminum into your food to give you brain damage if you believe in that stuff. I don't. That's the cook kit, and I'll show you how it's used later on. A little after 5. Up here in the rock. Sun's going down, everything's mottled. Sun, shade, shadows. I think it was Gerard Manley Hopkins, and I'll probably misquote it. Glory be for dappled things. This is what he's talking about. And I apologize for probably misquoting that. It's been a while since I've read it. But Sarah Gordon, bless her heart, tried to get that knowledge to stay in my head. Mostly she sort of succeeded. So thanks, Dr. Gordon. There we go. Good morning. Slept pretty good. It's a little bit after 6 o'clock. Somewhere between 33 and 35 degrees. It was 33, and then I turned on the camera and it jumped up to 35, probably because I had my hands all over the thermometer. Slept pretty good. Again, I took the pluck down below its intended temperatures. They say the pluck's good for 45 to 50, and I'm taking it into the 30s every time I go out. Still not too bad. Time to get up and get some coffee going. See you in a bit. Hard not to feel hopeful when you see the flame blooming out the sides like that. While we wait for the water to boil to make the coffee in the homemade mug. The other thing I'm having this morning, and this is new, I've got this little cheap insulated container. I picked it up at Dollar Tree. I don't remember how much it cost. And as I dropped the top off the side of the rock, I've got oatmeal and freeze-dried peach slices in there. So we're going to try that out and see how that works for breakfast. So that's the only new thing. Coffee is almost there.
I find that when I come out here, these trips seem to develop a theme. I know you'll find this hard to believe, but I don't have a team of script writers telling me what to do. I know, hard to believe, huh? No, I just come out and say whatever comes into my head and film whatever happens. Film. Video. Let's join the 21st century. I think the theme of this trip is turning out to be quiet contemplation. So it's going to be a boring video, but I'm sure enjoying it. Not bad. Surprisingly little taste, but it was an experiment. At least I've got my grains and my fruit in me this morning. That's always important. And after that I'll have my third cup of coffee. And soon after that I'll be off to the woods for the morning constitutional. Very important for those of us in our 50s. Packing up to head out of here, and I was going to roll the tarp up, and I looked and I thought this was water. It's not. Ice. Ice on the tarp. Love it. I think I've already done a video on putting up a hammock. Let's do one on taking one down. Hennessy's a little different, and this day is going to be slightly different from the way I would normally do it. Since the tarp has got ice on it, I've chosen to pack the tarp up separately, but let's see how quickly we can get the Hennessy down. And I don't necessarily recommend dragging it along the ground like this, but what the heck, you could do it because the Hennessy's nice and tough. And since it's not a tent, you don't have to worry about tent stakes and poles and stuff like that. You just open your pack and just cram it all down in there. I'll open it back up when I get home and let it dry out, obviously. Tree straps go in on top, and we're done. Real quickly, walking out, this field the DNR has cleared is just absolutely covered with deer tracks. They're all over the place. Some of that could be hog too, not sure. Lots of wildlife. Now the other thing you find in these freshly cleared fields, pottery. Indians were here. Probably not last night, but yeah, pottery. I'll let somebody else find that. Alright, would a smart person try to walk across that? Probably not. That's why I'm going to do it. Walking and filming probably not the smartest thing to do. Super hiker strikes again. Made it back out to the dirt road, walking to the paved road. Hey, little known fact. Women like rugged outdoorsy types.
And even somebody of my obviously limited physical charm can sometimes manage to get picked up, because there's a certain type of woman that roams these WMA backwoods looking for hikers. Let's try it out. What the heck? Your husband at home?
The funny thing would be if I had run over you, that would have been like the perfect ending for your video. Boom.
Is your husband at home?
Not yet. But there were openings. Haha.
I can't think of anything better.